Welcome back to the ESR. Mr. X in studio today. Going to talk a little bit about our COD power rankings. Max, he's going to restart his computer, be joining us shortly. But Ron, bring up the league rankings as of today so we can talk a little bit about this. So these are your Pro League weekly standings. Obviously, Optic Gaming dominating 35-5. Denal 26-14. Prophecy phase where TK goes into 6th. Then we can talk. It's going to be Envy in 7th place as we go to the next set of teams. Maybe. Yeah, there you go. Envy, Justice, Rise, AR, Elevate, and ON. But obviously, apart from league standings, we divided into create a little power rankings for viewers to understand that some teams obviously can be further down in the rankings, but some teams could be better than others. A team like FaZe, they're in 4th right now, but are they really the 4th best team in Call of Duty at this moment? So obviously, with the playoffs right around the corner, we decided to start this power rankings. Now we'll probably be keeping up with this every week. So in 8th place currently in our power rankings, we have Automatic Reload. Just interviewed Burns, talked to him a little bit about what was going on with them. Currently sitting in 9th place in the COD League, tied with Rise, but 18-24 in season 1 through 42 games. 8-6 over their last 14 games since week 7. So obviously that bumps them up a little bit here. 4-2 last week in week 8, had one of their best weeks, the best overall weekly performance in the week. Recently, just moved into a team house, so that definitely helps their cause as well. And then their MVP thus far, the Wheats, traded to AR from Rise in week number 6 for Miyagi. 1.04 KD, 1.04 caps per game, and then returns CTF. I know AR just playing extremely well. Just talked to Burns. I wouldn't be surprised. I think they have a better chance to qualify than Rise. They are going to need some help. They're going to need, I believe, 2 losses from Justice. So that obviously, they're going to need to be rooting against Justice tonight. Justice wins one of the games. It's going to be pretty difficult for them to qualify. But I do like that. Those are Max's. I'll agree with that, Max. So we'll have Max on so I can argue with him in a little bit. But in 7th place, he has Team Envious. 19-21 in Season 1 through 40 games. Good for 7th place. 5-7 over their last 12 since week 7. So struggling a little bit over their last 12 definitely hurts them a bit. Struggling in Search and Destroy the most. And when we interviewed Merc, I think, probably last week, I believe it was last Wednesday or Thursday, we interviewed Merc. And he said that their struggles were in Search and Destroy. That as a team, they weren't sure how to play that yet. That Zuma and Saints play, don't want to say reckless. They play a little bit more aggressive than Merc and Nameless would have liked to play. So I think that's where they kind of see their fall in Search and Destroy as, 21 and 28 in the league. Yeah, Search and Destroy, 2 of the game modes in every series, going to need to be better than that. And then their MVP right now, Saints, are arguably a top 5 Slayer. I think he definitely is. Boasting on one of the highest KDs in the league. But 1.12 overall KD, leads their team in the overall KD. Nobody else. I saw earlier I was doing some stats for the rest of the preview show, but Merc, not positive in game modes. Obviously, you're going to see that a little bit, struggling a little bit from a OBJ player, but they're Nameless and Zuma really going to have to get a little bit more consistent, going to have to define those roles. And let's talk about number 6 team, Prophecy. That's an interesting play right here. You'd have expected Prophecy to be a little bit higher up. Currently 3rd place in the league. So here you see the variation, obviously, teams playing better recently than others. Currently 3rd place in the league, but 7-7 since week number 7. So, only at that 500, got a lot of those wins playing with Parasite. Looked good at the beginning with Bows, but I think because of, COD Champs coming along, they've had some up and downs with their team. Fears leads them overall KD at a 1.04. I think this team without Parasite loses a little bit in the slaying department. Obviously, I think they lose a lot in the slaying department. Parasite's been putting up pretty good numbers. And then, obviously, little bit of leadership. Ricky takes over that. Bose is a great addition, great fit. But I think you're asking Legal and Fears to do a lot when you get rid of Parasite because those guys are great, secondary, third Slayers, right? Playing phenomenal. But I think when you ask them to take a brunt of that slaying power, it makes it very difficult for them to keep up pace. So, 8th, 7th, and 6th, we're going to have AR in 8th, Envy in 7th, and Prophecy in 6th. And when we come back from this quick commercial break, we'll break into the top 5 of the power rankings, get Max on so I can argue some of his choices.